Welcome to the 2023 National Dance Team Championship. In this webinar, we will cover everything that you as a coach need to know for the weekend, including information regarding venue setups and protocols in place for the event. First, let's talk about arrival and check-in. Once you arrive, the contact person should go to the Varsity Spirit registration area at your designated reservation time. For teams staying at All-Star Sports and Music, the registration tent is located in front of Celebrity Hall between All-Star Sports and All-Star Music resorts. For teams staying at Coronado Springs, your registration area will be at Coronado M&N in the Convention Center. Lastly, for commuters, you will go to the registration tent located in front of Celebrity Hall between All-Star Sports and All-Star Music resorts. At registration, you will receive your event name tags and lanyards, any wristbands for the additional activities, and other pertinent information for the championship. Additionally, you will be required to show proof of music provider. Please refer to the event rules and regulations online for specific details regarding music. Coaches and friends or family should have already received an email notification with information on what you need to bring and how to reserve your check-in appointment time. If you have not received that yet, please go to the event website and the emails can be found under email communication. Any coach, choreographer, band director, athletic trainer, administration, or any other personnel wishing to access the warm-up area, backstage, or coach's box must have a USA cheer, dance, professional, or stunt membership and be registered for the event. When coaches register on arrival day, anyone wanting access to these areas will have to show a photo ID and proof of membership to receive their wristband. One coach cannot pick up for all coaches, as each person will need to show their own ID and proof of membership. Once your membership is complete, you can print your membership card or save and display it on your mobile device at the event. Please complete these steps prior to arrival in Orlando. There are no exceptions to this requirement. If any coaches are not able to make it to registration, they can pick up their USA Cheer wristband at ESPN Wide World of Sports Friday through Sunday at the Varsity Customer Service area located outside of the entrance to ESPN Wide World of Sports or in front of the stadium. They will need to show their USA membership card, a photo ID, and their coach's lanyard. You must have both the wristband and coach's lanyard to enter all backstage areas during the event weekend, and this also includes the scheduled open practice. Coaches with all-star programs will need to do roster verification during your scheduled registration time at the All-Star Resort or Coronado Springs. Anyone wishing to go backstage will need to be registered and rostered, show their photo ID and USASF membership card to receive their USASF wristband. Anyone going backstage with the team must have their USASF wristband during competition and for the optional open practice on Wednesday and Thursday. If anyone has not picked up their wristbands prior to Friday's start of competition, someone will be on site in the arena athlete entrance to assist on Friday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., or Saturday from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. The Varsity Spirit registration area will be open at the following times. If you are delayed in your arrival and cannot make your check-in appointment, please come to the registration area during open hours and we can reschedule your appointment. The championship office will be open the following hours throughout the week. For those staying at the All-Star, the championship office is located in Celebrity Hall between All-Star Sports and All-Star Music resorts. For those staying at Coronado Springs, the championship office will be located in Coronado M&N in the Convention Center. Please make sure you have linked your Park Hopper ticket numbers to your My Disney Experience app. You must link it in your My Disney Experience app in order to gain access to any theme park. If you do not, this will delay you getting into the park. Additionally, if you plan on visiting a theme park, you must make a park reservation for the day and theme park you want to visit. You will need a valid ticket and reservation to enter a theme park. You do not need a reservation to enter ESPN Wide World of Sports. For step-by-step instructions on linking your ticket and making a theme park reservation, please use the QR code below. New this year, athletes and coaches will receive a hard ticket at registration that will have their ESPN Wide World of Sports entrance on it. This is what they will use to scan into ESPN Wide World of Sports. All friends and family on the hotel travel package or those who purchased theme park tickets from Varsity will need to link their theme park tickets and connect to Magic Mobile. They will then use Magic Mobile to enter ESPN Wide World of Sports. You should have already received the orientation video as well as the final information letter for the event. Please be sure all of your athletes and anyone coming on the trip watch the orientation video prior to arrival. We also suggest printing off the final letter to distribute to your teams and any spectators traveling with you. If you have not received these yet, please go to the event website and the emails can be found under Email Communication. We will now go through information pertaining to ESPN Wide World of Sports. For those on the hotel travel package, UDA buses will pick up at Celebrity Hall between All-Star Sports and Music and also in the Ranchos parking lot behind Building 7A at the Coronado Springs. You must have the blue name tag to get on the bus. Anyone on the hotel travel package will be able to utilize our bus transportation to the competition venues each day. These buses run every 20 minutes, so please allow your team plenty of time to get to the venues. The bus schedule can be found on the QR code below. For teams commuting or friends and family not on the travel package, you will need to secure your own transportation to the venue each day. If your team is bringing a chartered bus or renting a bus during your trip, please have them pick your team up in the parking lot closest to your hotel rooms. Disney will not allow buses to pull in the front lobby areas and hold for any amount of time. At the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex, private chartered buses will be directed to load and unload in the private bus parking lot. Buses will be provided for open practice on Wednesday and Thursday for those on the hotel travel package. Times and pickup locations can be found on the bus schedule. This year, we will be utilizing Arena East and Arena West in the Advent Health Arena, the Visa Center, and the State Farm Fieldhouse for competition venues. Teams should arrive no more than 30 minutes prior to their 20-minute optional warm-up on Field 19. We suggest that spectators arrive no more than 1 hour prior to their athletes' competition time to minimize crowding. Fan viewing will be available in the State Farm Fieldhouse and the Visa Center. The Advent Health Arena will not have any fan viewing available. Spectators will need to line up a few teams prior to their team's performance time. Lastly, all advancement announcements will be made in the stadium at the times listed on the block schedule. Final awards will take place in the venues as listed on the schedule. This is an overview of the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex. The orange boxes to the right show where drop-off and pickup will happen. The blue boxes marked show the entrance teams and spectators attending our event should utilize. If you are headed to the arena, the green boxes show the athlete entrance and exit for the Advent Health Arena. Those heading to the Visa Center or the State Farm Fieldhouse will follow the yellow arrow. This view shows the flow for Arena East and Arena West in the Advent Health Arena. Teams competing in Arena East will warm up in Northeast Pavilion. From there, they will follow the blue arrows to backstage. Teams competing in Arena West will warm up in the Northwest Pavilion. From there, they will follow the green arrows to backstage. Teams will take the floor from just off the right of center around the main screen and exit stage left to the playback area. Spectators will follow the blue arrows up the main staircases to enter the Advent Health Arena. They can then exit the same way or use the other set of stairs at the bottom right of the diagram. This view gives you a better look at the entrances into the State Farm Fieldhouse. Spectators will enter through the blue arrow marked at the front of the building. Teams will enter the warm-up area through the west upper patio marked in green. The yellow box shows where teams can reunite with their spectators following their performance. Lastly, the orange box to the left is the stadium where all advancement announcements will be held. This is a look at the venue flow inside the State Farm Fieldhouse. Spectators will follow the black arrow to enter the fan viewing area in front of the judge's platform and then exit outside to the area where you can reunite with the team. Athletes will follow the red arrows into warm-up, then head downstairs to backstage. Teams will enter the floor from center stage and then exit stage left to the playback area. This is a look at the outside of the Visa Center. The stadium and State Farm Fieldhouse are to the right from this viewpoint. Spectators will enter at the blue arrow into the Visa Center. You will see a better view of the priority viewing flow in the next slide, but here you can see the priority viewing will exit following the red arrow and can meet the team where the yellow box is following competition. Athletes will follow the green arrow down and around the Visa Center to the back side of the building for warm-up. They will then exit the same path as priority viewing. Here is a look at the venue flow inside at the Visa Center. Spectators will follow the black arrow on the screen to enter the fan viewing area and exit outside on the side of the building. Athletes will follow the red arrows into warm-up. Teams will enter the floor from stage left and then exit stage right to the playback area. Lastly, here is an overall view to see where the practice fields will be located. Field 20, directly across from the Visa Center, will have food and beverage options and a place for teams and spectators to hold between performances. Field 19, directly behind that, will be the designated area for the optional open practice for teams prior to their warm-up. Competition specifics. Teams may not do any organized entrances or exits. Elaborate or choreographed entrances will not be allowed and a penalty will be assessed. Teams may not use stuffed animals or any other markers for center, and coaches at no point should take the floor. Teams will be receiving 20 minutes of optional warm-up time on Field 19 prior to your official warm-up time. Both of these times are listed on the order of competition. Teams will need to provide their own sound system for the optional warm-up times. There will be 10 strips of marley on the main floors and 8 strips of marley in the rehearsal area. Each strip is 5 feet 3.5 inches wide. Center will be marked with a short white line. All venues will have marley directly on the floor, and there will be a raised stage in Visa Center. All school coaches must have a USA membership wristband, and all All-Star coaches must have a USASF wristband, as well as a coach's lanyard to go to the designated coaches box during their team's performance. For school teams, there will be a preliminary competition held in most categories. All divisions with only one round prior to the finals will be classified as a semifinal. 50% of the teams in each group will advance to the next round. In the event of a tie for the final spot advancing, both teams that are tied will move on. If there is a tie for first in a preliminary round, both teams will automatically advance to the final round. Tournament officials will have the full authority to make the final determination of the number of teams selected to advance to the next round. The order for the next round of competition will be determined by a live draw for order when the results are announced. No scores will carry over from one round to the next. For All-Star teams, the first performance will be worth 25% of your total score, and the second performance will be worth 75% of your total score. All All-Star teams will perform for Day 2 in reverse rank order from Day 1. We will once again be posting each ranking along with the scores on Varsity TV. For teams with multiple routines, changing areas will be located in the following places. At the State Farm Fieldhouse, they will be in the lower level restrooms. At the Advent Health Arena, they will be located in the Northwest Warm-Up Pavilion. At the Visa Center, there are locker rooms 2 through 4 behind the judges' table in Visa. And lastly, there are also restrooms in the stadium that can be used as well. Please utilize these areas for changing only. Teams will not be able to wait in these areas between performances. Each team is required to have a responsible adult remain at the music station that knows the routine and music. This representative is responsible for starting the music and stopping the music in case of technical malfunction or injury. There will not be a pre-check music area in the competition performance venue. All teams must provide their own device and any necessary adapter for use on the event-provided sound system. Music should be on a digital music player, iPod or iPhone. CD players will not be provided at competition. Please make sure that all devices have a headphone jack to connect to sound system and are fully charged, volume turned up, and placed in airplane mode. Please ensure that jacks are clean and free of any debris which may impact connectivity. You will need to acquire an adapter in advance if your music player does not have a headphone jack. If there are concerns regarding a certain team's use of music, a challenge form must be completed immediately following the team's performance. Please refer to www.varsity.com/music for all guidelines. For specific questions, please email musicinfo@varsity.com. As a friendly reminder, safety judges will not be in the rehearsal area during the competition. If something is seen and ruled illegal on the competition floor, you will be penalized for that round. Deductions will be taken off the total average score, and deduction sheets will be emailed about 15 minutes after your team's performance. Teams requesting a review need to do so immediately and must complete the UDA digital review form. You will also be subject to any additional deductions if applicable. We will not accept rules challenges once the division has finished, and we will also not allow you to question another team's deductions. Official coaches will be the only ones allowed to request a review. We will not allow you to question another team's performance or scores. All legitimate inquiries will receive an email response. Scoring officials will be on site and will schedule any meetings as needed with the official coach of the program. Concerns with results or scoring will only be accepted through the UDA digital review form. No concerns or comments will be done through text, social media, family, or friends. Each team will be receiving a breakdown comparison for all teams for each category, along with scores and comments. These will be emailed out with the scores and rankings once a division is completed. All advancements will be announced live in the stadium at the ESPN Wide World of Sports, as well as streamed on Varsity TV. The draw for order of competition to the next round will take place during these announcements. All awards will be live and available to watch on Varsity TV. Please see the order of competition for the time and location for award ceremonies. All teams will receive a participation banner at registration, and athletes will receive drawstring bags after their first performance. Teams that advance to the final round of competition will receive a trophy. Teams who rank first, second, or third place will also receive a bronze, silver, or gold medallion, and the national champion teams will receive a national champion jacket. Please be aware that you may be interviewed or appear on television during the event. With that, appropriate attire is always required, including during officially designated practice times, performances, and awards ceremonies. Please remember that sportsmanship should be a priority for you and your team this weekend. Be sure to speak with your team and spectators to make sure they understand how winners are determined. We want your positivity to show throughout the championship, so please keep this in mind in how you react to each and every performance. Any unruly, aggressive, or belligerent behavior by participants, coaches, or spectators toward any other attendee or event staff will result in a deduction, potential team disqualification, removal from the event, and/or barred participation from future events. Varsity Spirit reserves the right to remove any persons from a competition for unsafe or unsportsmanlike conduct. We are so excited to bring back the opening number this year to celebrate our 40th anniversary of the National Dance Team Championship. Teams should have already received their group assignment along with the choreography videos for their group. Please be sure that your dancers know all parts to their section, as formations will not be set until rehearsal on Saturday night. If you have not received this email yet, please go to the event website and the emails can be found under Email Communication. Opening number rehearsal will take place in the State Farm Fieldhouse on Saturday night from 9:15 p.m. to 10:15 p.m. If your team is still competing at this time, they will still be able to come once they are finished. Opening number will be recorded for ESPN on Sunday morning in the State Farm Fieldhouse from 8:15 a.m. until 9 a.m. Spectators are welcome to be in the fieldhouse for this. If you have not yet submitted your RSVP for opening number, scan the QR code below to do so. As a reminder, each team can send a max of 2 athletes. Open practice is being offered on Wednesday, February 1st and Thursday, February 2nd in the warm-up rooms at the Advent Health Arena. You should have already received your confirmed times, or you can find these on the website. The complex will be closed, so please only go to the Advent Health Arena. There can be no practicing outside of the arena. Disney will be scanning tickets to get into open practice, so please bring those with you for not just the coaches but also athletes. Please do not arrive at the complex more than 20 minutes prior to your scheduled open practice time. When you arrive, enter the arena through the doors between the 2 staircases. Once your rehearsal is done, please leave the complex within 30 minutes of finishing. A head coach must be present with each team. All coaches must have their USA membership wristband to gain access to the practice facility. Only the rostered team and coaches are allowed. Spectators will not be allowed. Water will not be provided for teams. Please plan to bring a water bottle for each athlete. Sound systems will be provided for music, but the coaches will need to bring any adapters or dongles needed. This year, we will be offering a coach's hospitality room on Friday, February 3rd from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. This will be located in the MultiPurpose Room in the Advent Health Arena. When you enter the lower level of the arena in the athlete entrance, you will go right and the MultiPurpose Room will be on your right. Light snacks and drinks will be served, and a live stream of the competition will be available. Championship coverage. Friends and family can watch the live stream of the competition on Varsity TV on varsity.com with an annual or monthly subscription. Use the QR code here to access the event hub. You can also check out updates all weekend by following us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We will once again be using band as our primary communication tool throughout the weekend. Be sure to join the coach's band to stay up to date with orders of competition and important information. You can use the QR code here to join. Reminder that this band group is for coaches, sponsors, and spirit coordinators only. There is a separate band for fans to join. We hope you have a safe trip to Orlando and can't wait to see your teams take the stage.